Oh, shoot! I've never been in much out. Here.
Mr. Elsing?
How you doing?
Good, buddy. How are you? We got Don all queued up. Sally helped him, so he's going to jump on the show about 7:28 or so. We're going to play the video, right? So.
Yep.
So welcome, everybody. It's Happy May Day. How's farming going, Greg?
Not so well right now. I don't know if it's going good for anybody right now with all this rain and cold weather, but we started planting corn last week on Friday, planted a little bit, make sure everything's working. As soon as the ground's fit here, we're going to hit her again.
Sounds good. Can you kind of talk about, so Chandler put together all your clips from your tour at Slama Enterprises. Can you kind of talk about what you covered, and then we'll let Chandler play the video, and then Don will come on about 7:30 and then do a live kind of question and answer with all you fans. So.
Yep, we went up there to check out the dyno, and when we were there, Chuck Guttenberg was on the dyno, and we did a show with him, which we will air soon, shortly. And James was there, gave us a tour of the farm, and then Tori took us around a little bit to some of the businesses and showed us around a little bit. Don's got a lot of stuff going on up there. It's a between the grain facility and the farming and the Hillsboro equipment and the shoe store, and he just got a lot going on, just like everybody else does in the world, I think, and putting that big pull on in Hillsboro, is a big undertaking too.
Yeah, he stays very, very busy. So
he does. But I guess you'll get to see a lot of it in the video here. It's actually pretty cool and interesting, everything he does up there. If we get it all in there.
Yeah, and I also put some of the dyno stuff in here as well. So.
Yep. So we should be good to go, right?
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, thank you for joining us for Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers. We're here every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and you can always rewatch it on the Badger State Facebook page or listen. Well, it's out on iTunes and Spotify under Let's Grow Pulling, and just search for Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers. So, Greg, thanks for all that you do. To you and Stanley, I know he's off tonight. He had some other commitments, but we really appreciate you guys busting your tail to put on this cool show for the Badger State Tractor Pullers. So.
And I also want to bring up a new sponsor of the show, Matt Castor.
Yeah.
Yep. That's great to have him on board with us now, and Matt Castor and Ed Casper, both sponsoring the show here. That's a great deal.
Yeah, they did that. I think they got together and did it on purpose for a tongue twister. So
I think they did too, but I really appreciate it. With the money they helped us, we bought a new camera and got a bunch of goodies to help make the show better.
Awesome. Well, Chandler, fire up that video. So Chandler's going to play the video, everybody, and then Don's going to come on about 7:30 and then do a live question and answer with them. So thanks for watching, guys.
All right, thanks. Well, we're at Hillsboro Equipment today. I'm missing my partner in crime, John. He was busy today with something else, so I'm up here with Tori Slama.
Hi there. Nice.
James' daughter, and boss, right?
Yeah.
Boss,
Yeah,
right? Yep,
mini boss.
That's what Don said too. Don's gone too. He's at an auction right now. He couldn't. It's kind of a last minute thing here. We're just popping in to see what's going on in Hillsboro.
Yeah.
So you want to tell us a little bit about the business here, Tori?
Yeah, absolutely. Right here is our main location, Hillsboro Equipment, and this is a family-owned business, and it has been since, oh gosh, the 70s. Long time. Yeah,
yep.
Absolutely. Let's see.
You sell just John Deere here? Do you sell anything else?
We sell John Deere here. All of our new equipment is John Deere, but then we do also have some used equipment that varies as well, but we strictly are a John Deere dealership.
All right. It's the biggest one in Hillsboro, right?
It's the only one in Hillsboro. Yes.
Well, so if you haven't watched, Hillsboro is the home of the Hillsboro Charity Pull, and you guys help.
Oh, yes.
Every
year, second weekend in August is the Hillsboro Charity Tractor Pull, and all of the proceeds to that go to the local community here in Hillsboro.
Benefiting whoever needs help.
Yes, anybody that year who needs help, whether a family's struggling with an illness or anything like that.
All right. So we'll go inside and do a little tour around the building. You can show us what's going on. Hopefully we can sneak in the shop and show you what's going on.
Absolutely. Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you.
Messy right now, but this is Boss Man's office, Mr. Don Slama's.
Well, you left the door open. It's his own fault, right?
It is.
He did.
Yes.
He's got some pretty cool stuff in the
back.
background.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yes. And he even has his belt buckles from when he won the championship at the Hillsboro Charity Tractor Pull.
Really?
Yes. As the winner of the weekend gets a belt buckle.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a picture model of his tractors here.
Oh, yes.
Fast and Furious.
And Hillsboro Charity Tractor Pull has won multiple Pull of the Year awards. So we have those right here. And I think there's a few others hiding around the store as well.
Right. Because I think he's won like 5 of the last 7 years or something like that at the banquet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what else. This is a new office. So
Yes.
I remember it used to be down there somewhere.
Yeah, around 2017, we remodeled the whole store. And so we switched things up a little bit in here. And one major addition, as you'll see, is I think it's really cool, as we have a lot of these old posters framed throughout the building, and it helps liven it up and add a little bit of the old touch back in.
Yeah, but it's interesting. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
they're cool pictures. They don't do this stuff anymore.
Right,
very
yeah,
often.
definitely not.
So if you go to Wildman's shop, you know, Craig and Kurt, Wildman, they have the John Deere tractor. I believe that was in the Smithsonian Institute that was cut in half.
Really?
I think they have that there, and if it wasn't there, then it's down to Bader Farms in Monroe. One of them has, one of them, I can't remember which one.
Every dealership has to have something.
Well, these are just farmers.
Oh, the farmers. Oh,
They have. Them.
Oh,
yeah,
yes, yes.
Yes, so it's pretty neat. But it's a really nice office.
Oh, yeah.
Don, you did good.
It's a little messy. We'll have to work on that, though.
Well, let's work. It's organized, right? Organized chaos.
Yes,
Yep.
yeah.
So we'll move on through the shop or something.
Okay, sounds good. Sure. Here we have all of our steel products that we have to offer, with chainsaws, weed whackers, and everything in between.
Cheapest around too, right?
Oh yeah,
Best
absolutely.
service, right?
Yeah. We actually service everything that we sell here.
Okay.
So if anything goes wrong, you can just come right on back, and we have tons of people back here in the shop willing to help as well.
Yep. Skilled technicians.
Oh yeah.
All right.
We can take a peek back there if
We
you'd like.
can do that.
Okay. Our lawnmower shop. This is where lovely fellows get to work on all the lawnmowers that come through.
The ways you've got outside these houses, you probably don't have one inside, do you?
Me?
No, I mean, they don't break.
Oh yeah, no, never.
Never
Nothing.
break, right? Right, never wears out, nothing breaks, right?
But if it does, we're here to help.
We're here to help.
Here to
Just
help.
we're ready, right?
Yes, we're ready.
All right, this is where you assemble the new ones and get them ready too, or?
Yes, yeah. We go a little bit of everything. And then over here is where the fun stuff is.
All right.
Here we have many technicians working on the bigger equipment that needs to be serviced throughout the year.
All right.
Yes.
Tractors, combines.
Tractors,
farm
combines,
wagons,
planters, all of it.
anything needs to
Your
be done.
skid steer, we'll fix that too.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Yes.
Doug's gonna run his motor here, and Slama's here. What pass is this for today?
Number 4, I believe.
Number 4, and figuring some stuff out?
We're trying a couple different fuels. And we're going back to horsepower. We're going to go back to original fuel and see where we're at. See if we can back up our first pass.
Okay. Well, we're gonna show that here in a minute and get back, and hopefully it works for you. Put American-made ice, right, Steve?
That's right.
That fucking place putting ice in here for people that don't know. This is an air cooler. There's a little radiator core in there, and the hot air comes out of the turbo, comes in this side. You know, probably comes in at 600 degrees, Chuck?
5, between 4 and 5.
4 to 500, and it comes out at
60, between 60 and 70.
between 60 and 70 degrees, and it melts, what, 50, 60 pounds ice?
It'll run about 20.
20?
Because you're not running as long. You're just going down the track.
I don't know if you do like I do, and when you're done, I just leave it on, it helps cool the motor off.
Yep.
Because you're back the pitch, you just leave it on, and it's cool
Cool
air.
air down. We can get cool down.
Yep. So hopefully James is in there, and he's got video cameras right here to video the run. So hopefully he can email him and we can put him on the show. That'd be great. So let's give her help. your last pass, you weren't quite where you wanted to be, right? And you think maybe you had some turbo seal issues or something?
I'm hoping so. Put a little more crank, there's a little more crank case pressure coming up a little bit than I like to see.
Okay. And you think it's coming down your
Oil return.
return from the seal?
Correct.
Yep.
This is what I'm hoping. I don't know for sure, but it's only one way to find out.
This is the way to find out. We stole a turbo off the motor out there that we know is good.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Yep.
And finish hooking this up and probably let it cool down a little more and yeah.
Hope for the best.
Exactly. At least we know which way we're gonna go.
Yep. Yep. If it helps, right? Don't give, put that one back on.
Exactly.
So Buzz, how many motors do you dyno up here? Do you do anybody that wants to come in, or do you just certain people? Or
Yeah, I kind of got a select few that I do. Robbie Lemke kind of sends them my way. He's got his own dyno, but he kind of just handles the bigger stuff. Sends me the super farms, hot farms, light pros, limited pros, that type of stuff. So
he's pretty busy too. How many years have you been running the dyno here?
We've put it together, or we've had it running since 2013, so 10 years now.
10 years, and you've made a lot of different gun motors up here.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of changes in the last 10 years as far as horsepower. It's really kind of amazing how much it's changed.
Right. Remember when we broke 1,000 horse in Super Farm? We thought we'll never get anywhere else. Now
Right.
guys are 1,700 horse. And
Yeah.
got a lot more torque.
Yep, absolutely. It's pretty amazing.
It is. Do you see much difference between the horsepower and torque between the NTPA setup and the Badger State setup?
Yeah, not as much as we used to see. Years ago, 2007, 8, 9, we were seeing a couple hundred horsepower by taking the intercooler on and off. Now it's probably 100 horse just because the turbo advancements have come so far. So it's not as big of a gap as it used to be, but it's still considerable.
The torque is up there too, I think.
Yeah.
Why
do the torque is definitely a lot bigger with the intercooler on versus not.
Right. But they make a little more on the horsepower with NTPA or not?
No, the intercooler tractors still make more horse and more torque both, but the horsepower is closer now than it used to be.
Okay. Other than doing the dyno stuff here, you do all the field work up here for.
Yep.
I shouldn't say your dad, but your family.
Yep. I run the farm, and then we actually have 2 other full-time guys on the farm too. So, yep.
Keeps you busy, right?
A lot of stuff going on.
Just like everybody else, right?
Right, absolutely.
Well, you'll have to give us a little more tour of the shop here in a little bit once you get some time here, and we'll hit it. We'll hit that. Thanks.
Sounds good.
So you're just changing the oil chuck because the cooler motor, or just you have many passes on it?
We got 6 passes on it now, I think. So we're just gonna. Oil's cheap.
Oil's cheap. You're changing in the pump and the engine.
Yep. Every time. We're going down the track every 4 to 5 times. Here at the dyno, 5 to 6.
Yep. Yeah, dyno blast, what, 6-7 seconds?
Yeah, maybe.
The track run is 12.
Yep. So kind of half the time on the dyno, but still, it's cheap to just change oil.
Yep. Sometimes guys change it here to cool the motor faster though too, right? Yeah. Cool oil in. But yeah, that's money well spent.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We'll let you get back at it.
All right.
So, James, your daughter's 18, going to be 18 in June. Is she going to drive this year, you think, a little bit?
Yeah, she's going to do some pulling this year. Probably start her out in some Badger State stuff, and then maybe even do a couple Lucas Oil pulls. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that's what Don was saying. You bought her a driver's suit. She's ready to go. Right?
Yep. She was going to do some last year, and it just her schedule and stuff just never quite worked out. So
she's going to graduate high school this year?
Yeah, she's going to graduate high school, and then she's going to college down in Whitewater.
Okay.
For business.
Business, that's good.
Yep.
Help with the family business?
She's not sure yet. Gonna try a few different things and see what she likes, I guess. So.
All right. We're headed out to your grain facility right now. You said you got to load a couple trucks?
Yeah, I got a couple trucks I got to load. Zach's out of town today, so.
Okay.
2 trucks tomorrow, and then I think they're bringing some more tomorrow to haul out. So.
All right. Where do you haul it to?
This stuff's going up to Toma, actually, to the dog food plant up there.
Okay. All right. How many bushels of corn you combine with that one, Buzz?
0 for me.
0 for you?
Yeah.
Don probably was running that at one time, huh?
Yeah, that was actually the first self-propelled combine that Hillsboro Equipment sold.
Oh, really? That's pretty cool. Then you knew right where it was, huh?
Yep. It stayed local all its life, so we were able to get it back a few years ago.
I bet your grandpa sold it probably, huh?
Yep, he did.
Who's this guy standing here?
This is one of the guys loading corn out today. So
All right. So you can load him remotely here, Buzz, and you run him back and forth to get both hoppers full.
yeah, we'll weigh him in here, and then we'll load the back hopper first, and then finish the front, and he'll be good to go.
Okay. So, Buzz, you grow a lot of your own corn here. Do you do anything for any other people here at this facility?
We do a little custom drying for other people, but pretty much just our own stuff.
And then you don't have to worry about the grain marketing license and all that crapola.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, that's a lot easier. The drying is where you make your money anyways, right?
Right, exactly.
All right. Standing here at the entrance to the Don Slama and James Slama's grain facility. They have a decoration out front here. It was the first self-propelled combine sold by Hillsboro Equipment, which I imagine would be Don's father. They have it displayed out here in front for kind of a lawn ornament. It looks pretty cool. I don't know if I should climb up on the steps or not. I'm going to check it out. Seems pretty solid yet. Here we go. The air conditioner is always going to work in this one, right? There you see. I think the grain tank here, a couple 5-gallon buckets would fill it up anymore. But pretty neat to see some of this old stuff still around. Okay, you said that combine at the driveway there in the lawn, Buzz, you guys bought that. When it ran, it drove when you bought it back from a guy, right?
Yeah, we bought it from the son of the guy that originally bought it, and drove it around. Actually took it through a couple parades before we ended up parking it there along the state highway.
Yeah, that's the best use for a John Deere combine is parades, right? Not picking stuff, just
No.
the green stuff looks good in a parade, right?
Yeah, it looks a lot better in the parade.
Yeah. So, well, it's pretty neat that you got to buy it back. You said from the Waniwak area, and your grandpa sold it. And
Yeah.
you get it back. That's great.
Yep. Grandpa sold it new, and we're able to buy it back from the original owners and keep it in the area.
Keep in there, yeah. That's a cool lawn ornament. It's good history.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we'll pull in. We're gonna pull into the track now and take a little look and talk about that and all you do for that.
Sounds good.
We're at the Hillsboro Fireman's Park, home of the Hillsboro Charity Tractor Pull, and we've got James Slama with us, otherwise known as Buzz. He's the guy in charge of building the track. Track means probably everything, right?
Yeah, pretty much everything to do with the track. Yeah.
Okay, and the track. You know, Don, what's Don in charge of?
Pretty much everything else.
Okay, he's in charge of cooling off the beer, right?
Yeah, right.
No, but how many seats you got here?
We can seat about 6,000 people here.
And you filled it up last couple of years, I
Yeah,
think?
the last couple Saturday nights we've been pretty close to capacity.
As long as weather commit or cooperates.
Yeah,
right? Right.
which it has not done so well in the last few years.
We were here one time, and this was all underwater one time, and then that was in 2008 or 9, I think.
It's been that was the worst, but it's been underwater a few times since then too.
Yep. And this is one of the best tracks in the Lucas Oil Pro Pulling League, and everybody. And you've won favorite pull of the year for Lucas Oil for probably 5 of the last 7 years, about.
Yeah,
we've
won it quite a few times over the years. Takes a lot of work to do it right, but we like to make it as consistent as possible.
Well, I know Don likes to do things right when he does it. I mean, the pit area is one of the nicest for all the pullers to park in. You have camping area. How many camping spots do you have?
We can fit probably 100 to 150 campers here if we really pack them in.
Right. Do you have power and water for some of them?
We do have some sites that have power and water.
Okay. And how if somebody wants a campsite, how do they get a hold of you?
We have a guy that takes care of that. It should be on our website. That'll give all that contact information.
On the Hillsboro Equipment?
HillsboroCharityPull.com.
HillsboroCharityPull.com to get a campsite if you want one. And
yep.
You know, it's a great time. I mean, this pull is growing and bigger all the time, and it's getting better and better all the time. More and more people, I think, and you're not going to get a more beautiful spot to have one in a country where you're going to see some, the landscape here is excellent. I know you don't like farming hills, but it's beautiful to drive through and look at.
It is beautiful country through here.
It is. You can be proud of this. So hopefully we'll see you guys at this pull this summer. What's the date?
It is the second full week in August. I believe it's the 11th and 12th this year.
Okay. We will see you then. How the guys, the firemen help you here put this on, and who else? There's got a whole bunch of other little organizations that maybe the FFA or 4-H or something help with it.
Yeah. There's been a lot of community support as we've grown this thing into a bigger and bigger event every year. The Lions Club helps out immensely. The Boy Scouts, FFA, a lot of other school groups, and not just from Hillsboro. There's some outlying schools. A lot of the churches are involved with us too. So it's really awesome, the community support that we get.
And I've seen the money you give the money to people in need, and the profits all get handed out to everything. I know, and years ago when McFarland's implemented and had their fire in their shop and lost their building, you made a donation to them to rebuild and stuff too, help them out. It was, I know it's all well appreciated here, and most of it is like families in need with health issues, right?
Correct.
That's what you do
most
of it.
All the money we make at the Hillsboro Charity Tractor Pull gets dispersed to people in need.
And I imagine it's hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Over the years, it's really amazing what we've raised. Yes.
Yep. And a lot of the money is donated to sponsor the event to begin with, right?
Correct.
Yep. So that helps the bottom dollar a lot.
Yeah, because it does cost a lot of money to put an event like that on, obviously.
Right, and you don't just do Juneau County here, or what? You're in Juneau County, right?
This is Vernon,
You're
but
Vernon.
yeah, we do all the outlining counties. So it doesn't just help Hillsboro; it helps the surrounding communities as well.
Right, and there's more need than you can come up with for help. I'm sure of that. There always is.
Yep.
That's a good. Almost every tractor pull we do is a benefit for something, but this is one that gets out and gets everybody help a little bit.
Yep. Correct.
Yep. So that's a good thing. Any sponsors you'd like to mention that help? I know Hillsboro Equipment is probably the biggest donor of it all, right?
Yeah. I off the top of my head, I can name a few. Lucas Oil is obviously a big one. Lemke Motorsports. There's so many people that help with it.
Locally, you've got some.
We have a lot of local businesses that help us. A lot of the banks are very supportive. Businesses as well.
Okay. Perfect. Someday we'll get a list and we'll just run it on the show here sometime.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the oil chuck drained out of the pump, right?
Yep.
And you can see a little of the gold flakes in there. And you see it stir up there. I'm gonna have to go out in the dark and get a little. Oh, now you can see it. A little reflection. You see how that stirs up here? What do you think? Could be something. Could be nothing.
Nothing
right?
to worry about. We're gonna run it.
We're gonna run her and see what happens, right? Well, you might have found something there. You never know.
We don't know. All we do is run it and try and see what happens.
Right?
Yeah,
And then
absolutely.
pumps are cheap. They grow on the trees. It just
Dime a dozen.
right?
It's only money. Make
Right.
more tomorrow.
Right? Putting ice in for the second shot of me being here. What passes this for the day?
7, 6.
6 passes.
I don't know. 4, 5, 6. Lose track.
Right. It's easier than making 7 passes on a track and trying to figure anything out, isn't it?
Absolutely.
That's the only way to do it anymore. You can always, in the old days, you can look. All you did is watch the smoke going down the track, right? And that's how you read it. But nowadays,
Not anymore.
Yep. So
I think we're about ready to go.
hopefully, does better than last time. Well, if that was the 7th or 8th pass, Chuck, that one went a little better. You found something?
Yeah, turbo definitely a problem. We're back to where we started last Friday. So, okay, We had a few dyno runs that were no good, but that's why we come to the dyno is to try stuff and figure it out. You can't figure stuff out on the tractor.
Right, like when you feel the turbo, it feels fine, right?
It spins fine. We have a lot less blow-by steam coming out the turbo now than we did on my turbo on it. So,
Do you have a case pressure indicator to see? Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's the way some guys do it. You know, you're
sure.
You know, but I don't have one either. But you know, people do. I think but that's one way to tell them. What do you think with the turbo? The seal?
I know there's two seals in the turbo. One on the front side, one on the exhaust side. I'm guessing one of the seals is ripped, torn, or whatever. That's putting the boost down in the crank.
You can put boost in the crankcase. If it's exhaust side, it isn't pushing the wheel. Right. Yep. You know, or vice versa on the intake side.
Yep. You're losing horsepower, losing boost, exhaust pressure.
So you were probably losing 30 or 40 horse,
yeah.
And you'd have never found that other than being here and then switching something. That's why you're here. And we're gonna try some injectors next.
I think so. Yeah.
Yep, and see what they do. And we won't say whose they are unless they work better, right?
Exactly. There's only one way to find out again.
Right. You got to put them on here, and I've seen injectors make 50 horse too. Right. Yep. So.
Well, if you don't either go backwards, you stay the same, or go forward.
Right.
And you don't know.
And it's nice to try them because they cost a lot of money. Yeah. And if you buy them and you're exactly the same or less, yeah. Yep. And I remember the old days. You know. In the 90s there with Hypermax, he just sent you stuff when you tried it, and you had to steal by the seat of your pants going down the track. It was better. You might have spent $2,500 and
gained nothing.
You might have been behind. You don't know. Yeah.
That's why these dynos are the best.
They're lifesavers, and the competition has really stepped up since the dynos. You know, and I think the worst thing that happened to us was COVID, because all these engine builders had time to try new crap, and now we all have to buy it to catch up and keep up.
You know, if you don't buy and keep up, you're just going to be left behind.
Right, you are. You know, there's years I've pulled where I didn't buy the new stuff and I knew I was going to be behind, and you know it. You know, that's just the way it is.
But we don't work as hard as we do just to gain the back.
No, everybody shows up to win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, and then you want to see that good competition on the track, not in the pits or anywhere else. Right. You see a lot of dyno kings, we call them, right? Guys that made the most horsepower in the dyno, but it just doesn't translate to the track sometimes.
You still got to be able to balance it, pick the right gear, and have bucket rounds going on the track.
And tires these days.
Oh God!
Just, where do you throw that money? Because then you can dyno or try it, and they might work on one track, or they aren't going to work on yours. Right?
And they might work up here in Wisconsin, then you go down to North Carolina or Missouri or Kentucky, and they won't.
And we've seen that, right? Yep. A guy needs 6 sets of tires, but at $15 grand a pop, you're not going to buy them all.
Exactly.
I think I know a few guys that do have one of everything.
Yeah, so do I.
But and then even not just the tires too. Now the rim width, narrower, wider. You know, change the footprint, the height. You know, it's a headache. It's a headache, yeah. But that's all part of pulling in any kind of sport. You know,
Absolutely.
It's like the football. Who do you draft? This guy or this guy? You know, that's the way it is. You know, you got to pick the right stuff, and when you pick it, you know, guys like you and I, when we pick something, we got to live with it, right?
Pretty much.
Yep. So that's
what it is.
That's where we're at. So we'll be here. You're going to get your injectors changed, and we're going to try that, right?
Yep, that's the plan.
All right. Buzz, you got a lot of stuff here. We're going to walk around. This is your farm shop where you work on your farm equipment and stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously the dyno shop is here.
Yep. This is where we do all the farm stuff and all the tractor pulling stuff. Work on semi trucks here too, and anything to do with the farm.
Okay. Does the back have a Don's tractor? You've got the motor on the dyno down there. We've seen this.
Yeah. I got a motor in the dyno cart, and this is what a ag tractor looks like when it's tore apart. If it was a component, it would be in one piece, and you just lift the motor out, and there you go. But so yeah, this is how they look when they're half gone.
Right, the front half is gone. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Well, we'll move on here. You said you've got new planters this year. You usually don't.
Yeah, actually, last year we got 2 new planters and worked really good. And this year we decided to add a second fertilizer system on. So we can run 28% 2x2 each side of the row, and then we'll also have our pop-up system as well.
Okay. So you do a lot of no-till?
Pretty much all no-till.
All no-till in the hills here. You probably can't
almost
really
have
do much.
to.
You have to.
Right. We have a few few bottom fields that we'll till up, but everything on the hills is all no till. And
Right.
these planters have, like I said, got them last year, and they've worked really well for us. So
You go back 50-50 beans and corn, or
we're not quite 50-50. We're probably more 60-40 ish.
okay, beans and corn?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
How many bushels of corn and beans can you handle out here?
We can hold our wet bin will hold 22,000, and then each of our big bins is 100,000.
Okay.
So and then we have a 2,000 bushel an hour dryer.
Okay.
Tower dryer.
You can keep that full. That keeps up.
Yeah, it keeps up pretty darn good.
Yep. And you're on natural gas, or?
Yep, natural gas out there, and we just run the one combine with the 12-row head. So we usually do between 15 and 22,000 bushel a day, depending on
That's a big day for a
depending
combine.
on how much road time we have. And
That's a lot for your hills up here. I mean,
Right.
guys in flat country don't understand.
right.
You know, we've got some hills and we've got some flat ground too, and the guys just in the hills, we almost cut it in half sometimes.
Yeah.
You really do. It's just
Yeah.
you get to them steep hills, and it's
Yeah.
it's a big deal. But we deal with a lot of it up here. We've chopped up here.
Yeah.
It seemed like I was on the upper side of a hill and I was blowing it down the truck and way down there.
Right.
So,
Yeah, if you tell somebody from Iowa or Illinois or somewhere, if they come up and see what we farm, they think we're nuts.
Yep. We've got some fields that when you go down in the combine, you can't drive up the hills.
Right.
You have to. People don't understand. You can only go down them hills, and you got to put your feet on the windshield sometimes, and you're going down them. That's.
Yep.
And the combine acts a lot different when you do that too, doesn't it? It's hard to get the
absolutely.
stuff to go out the back.
Right. That's why we have to run side hill combines in this area.
Yep.
You basically have to.
You have to. Do they? So they don't make really side hill combines anymore, do they?
No, there's a aftermarket company, which is the one we have on our combine is a Hillco system. There are a couple other aftermarket companies, but Hillco is kind of the main one. They do Case IH, John Deere. I don't know if they make any for any other brands, but those are the two big ones they make.
Yep, I've heard of
kits
them. And then you guys put them kits on yourself?
No, we actually take it right to the Hillco plant and have them put it on.
Okay.
So it's a good system. I really haven't had any problems with. My combine's a 2010 9770, and it was put on. It left the John Deere factory and went right to their factory and had that put on. And,
working good ever since?
yeah, it's been working really good ever since.
Yep. Yeah, you got self-leveling sieves. That's what we've got in ours. But, I mean, they've got their limits too.
Right. They work. Once you get on too much of a hill, it just isn't enough.
Right. And even just to hang on them hills sometimes,
Right.
Exactly. That's a big deal. But you got some pretty cool stuff here. You just stuff you guys have collected, the lights and all the signs and all that.
Yeah. My dad's kind of a collector of a little bit of everything, so he really likes the signs, and they're neat.
Yep. You got a little one of every color in here.
Yeah, right.
It's pretty neat. Yeah. Yep. And you guys fix trucks up here. You see, you got a truck over here, pretty cool looking truck. You said you just picked up.
Yeah. We picked up 2012 Peterbilt. We got some more stuff to do to it, but always a little bit of everything going on in here.
Got some projects. Did you work on yourself? Do you guys come in and help you do this?
Do most of it myself, and then the other Zach and Cole, the other two full-time guys, they do a lot of work on the farm stuff too.
In the wintertime, keep
Yep.
you busier.
Yep.
Do you haul most of your own corn, or do you?
We haul most of our own corn. Right now, we got some corn contracted through another company where they're actually pick it up from us for a better price, and we can haul it ourselves for.
Right.
So
That's the way to do it. I mean, guys haul corn some days cheaper than you can haul yourself.
Yep. So you got to take advantage of that.
Yep. Well, we can walk around here and look at that little motorcycle out there. It's pretty cool. You can tell us about that thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, and another little toy you said your son has is a pretty cool looking old motorcycle.
Yeah. My son, he's gonna be 15 next month, but he's still into the little mini bikes and stuff like that. He's kind of graduated, working on the Suburban over here. We'll check that out next.
Yeah.
Kind of graduating to the bigger stuff. But.
That's pretty. He knows how to turn a wrench then too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. That's pretty cool. Keep him involved in all that. That's a good skill to have.
Yep. Is it? Yeah, we just put that in a couple years ago. We love it.
I couldn't do it like you.
Oh yeah. I hate working on vehicles, but it makes it a lot more pleasant.
You're on.
All right, this is a project you got going on here. What's going on here?
Yeah, well, bought the Suburban a few years ago, and it's got a Duramax diesel in it, which is kind of neat. And then my son decided he wanted to make more horsepower with it, of course. and we were just going to do turbo injectors, and we decided to lift the cab, pull the motor, and
Do more?
do more. Yeah, do more. So if we wanted to do more down the road, we wouldn't end up with a box of parts. So.
Right. Well, right. You're gonna end up with a box of parts for the driveline.
Yeah.
Because that's something you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like you got a lot of parts on the table over there.
Yeah, we got it all tore apart, so just waiting on the new stuff to show up so we can get it put back together.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
We're on here to check out some more projects. Got one of your little shops here. You got a little area here for bench and welding and stuff like that. Welding shop.
Yeah, we built this a few years back to kind of keep the grinding dust contained a little better. Better welders, drill press, glass cabinet, just try to keep the rest of the shop a little cleaner this way.
Yeah, the welding smoke gets on everything and tints everything, and it's an ugly deal. But it's a nice shop. Move on to the next area.
Yep, pretty cool. Yep.
Oh, sure.
Right enough. We want these to warm up a little more yet.
What's it look like in the good? This year you're doing a little bit of your own machining and mill work here?
Yeah. Zach, one of our other part-time guys, he's real good with the lathe and the milling machine. So we don't use the stuff real often, but it's handy to have if you got a project where you got to use something like this. Saves you from running all over.
Not only if it's something you can just mill off yourself and get going again, or weld it up and do it. I mean, you see a lot of guys having stuff all around like this. So if you're busy, you have to have that.
Yep, for sure.
It's just the way the parts in the world work these days.
Yeah, you can't be waiting for something for weeks and weeks.
No, but you can make something. It's a big deal. Bushings, I make a lot. It seems like I make a lot of bushings and stuff like that, and cut keyways and mine, and make my own shafts and stuff. Yeah. Yep. Move on down the road a little farther.
Yep. This is actually for a customer out at Hillsboro Equipment.
Okay. You got a project here, don't you, going on?
Yeah, we got, this is actually a cab off of 4230 John Deere. Actually belongs to a customer from the John Deere store. And we do some tractor restoration when we have time. We actually have a paint booth out at our grain plant.
Okay.
So we painted this up and brought it down here. Now we're doing full interior, new seat, all new lights. Basically be brand new tractor when it's done.
That's perfect. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. You do the painting, or who does the painting?
Actually, Zach and Cole did the painting on this one because I've been so darn busy in the dyno shop. But I do. When I have time, I do painting myself too. So.
Okay, perfect. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Well, thanks for the tour, boss.
Yep, you bet.
Hope everything works out for everything, and I'm sure we'll see you this summer sometime.
Sounds good.
Thanks for having us.
Yep.
Thank you. Good tour. Pretty cool shop to be in. If you ever
definitely.
Yep. Do we have Don and Sally on?
I do not see them backstage. It just says devices are not connected.
Okay. Well, we'll go on here now. I can tell a little bit of what I know. You know, they fix a lot of stuff of their own there, and he's got signs for every make and model in the shop there. It's cool. You know, and I know I was at a benefit this weekend for Larry Baumkamp, his sister, a cancer benefit, and I know the Hillsboro Charity Pool donated some money to that cause too, down in Wisconsin. Yeah, so it was pretty neat. You know, you hear a lot of stuff getting donated around the country for that charity pool, and I want to thank Don for that too. It is well used and well appreciated in the community. I know that.
Yeah, and he really puts on a good show at Hillsboro. I mean, every year. I mean, it sucks because it seems like the weather is always against them, but every year the stands are just packed full of fans.
Right. I think it's the best show in the state.
Yeah.
It moves the fastest, and I mean, as far as the big poles go, it moves fast, and a lot of different iron there. Good iron. The track is good. People enjoy it. The pits are fan friendly for people to visit and walk around and look and talk to people. That's a big deal, I think.
Yep. Oh, there he is. I'll bring him on.
Amazing. Had to get the boss in here to get it to work, guys.
Right. I know that. How you doing, Sally?
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Yeah, go ahead.
You want to introduce yourself, Don and Sally, and tell them what you do in the business? You might have heard I was talking a little bit before. Maybe you heard it. I don't know. But what jobs are, titles?
Sally's in training to be number one.
Okay.
She's going to take the business over, the Hillsboro equipment end of it one of these years.
Who was number one before?
Don.
I'm going to hang around till they put me in a box, but I'm going to kind of slide in and slide out, you know that. So
Right. But
she does a great job. She works very closely with. We got a lot of young guys working for us, and she relates better to them than I do. You know how that goes.
right, the old school, right, the new school. Yeah. Yep. But driving around the farm there and showing off the equipment and stuff was pretty neat there. How many employees do you have at your shop, Don?
We got between 45 and 50, depending on the day.
Okay, that's enough guys to keep track of Sally, right?
Yep.
And you're always hiring too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard to get good people to work for you nowadays, but when you find one, you got to keep them.
You do. Yep. You have to bend over backwards, and sometimes you got to do a little more than you think you should have to keep guys around. No, but it's the way it is, right?
Yeah, we've done very well. We've hired a lot of kids right out of high school and out of tech school, and we've got two families. I got 3 people working for me out of one family and 2 working out of another family, and it's very rewarding to have the second and third generations come aboard. You know that.
All right. Do you send them to John Deere training through, sponsor some of that training for them young guys too?
The guys that go to the tech schools get that, and then once John Deere's got a really good certification plan, that you got to get so many hours every year, and all our guys are about as qualified as you can possibly get. Sally's working on getting one of them right now to be a master tech. And then the hope is that we're going to get the rest of the guys to follow. But that's taken about how many hours, Sally, to do that?
Well, there's different tiers, but it can take. Kind of put me on the spot. I don't know without looking, but a couple 100 hours probably of training.
Yeah.
All right. And then does John Deere support you with that at all?
Yeah, they want you to do it, Greg.
they tell you to do it.
No, but they help with the training, right? And then.
They supply the training. We have to supply the time for the technicians to take the training and all that. So when you're working during the day, we can't hardly take 2 or 3 hours worth of training off. So our technicians take it home, do it at home, and we pay for them at home while they're doing it to keep them interested too. That Sally does a lot of cool things at the shop. We have Thursdays, we cook steaks. We do meals. It's kind of a big family deal. It's kind of like tractor pulling. It's a family deal, and we just carry it through from one end to the other. That.
Right. Well, getting back to tractor pulling, then what's your favorite pull, Don, to go to?
Well, I've been going down there for like 18 years to Louisville.
Okay.
And I never won the big ring,
Right.
So I got to keep wanting to keep going back there and win that one.
Right.
We've been very fortunate. In 2004 when we started, I remember sitting in my office and this big goony looking guy come walking in the door. You know who that was, Elsing?
I don't remember that guy.
Yeah. He was up doing some chopping for Mitchell's, remember? And,
right.
And I was this Greg comes in and he says, you going to come pulling with us? And I had no idea who the hell Greg Elsing was or Badger State. I knew there was Badger State, but I was cranked up a go to Toma, an NTPA, and Greg says, you don't want to do that. And it's the best goddamn advice I ever listened to, Greg. You know that? That's
the only time you ever listened to me?
Yeah, this is one of the few times I have, that. But we got on the right ship right off the get-go, and it's been a really good ride all the time. we were fortunate enough to, so I had goals. I've always set goals in life, and I wanted to be, after we've been pulling for 5 years, I wanted to be able to get into Louisville,
Yep.
Well, we did really good. We won Badger State in 2004, right out of the chute.
Yep.
And we got invited to Louisville that first year, and we've been invited back ever since. And I don't know if they feel sorry for me or what, but this one of these years, I hope we catch it. That we've gotten to finals a lot, but we've never been able to win it. But I'm going to kind of say like John Mears told me. I asked John what his favorite pull was, and from a guy that works it all the time, he always says the last one. That. So everyone we go to is a good pull, really.
Yep.
Be it a Badger State or be it a pro pulling pull, they're all good. I really like to travel, so I kind of backed away from a little bit from the Badger State because I like to get out and go all over the United States. We've been fortunate enough to win 3 championships with that. I got 5 grandkids, and I want to win 2 more helmets, so each one of them get a helmet someday. Now, my wife said it'd be a hell of a lot cheaper to go buy 2 helmets and have them painted.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be as much fun, right?
It wouldn't be not much fun. That's exactly right. You know that,
Right.
We kind of missed out on Sally when you guys was up doing that. She was up north to our lake house for the weekend, but Sally, she is an integral part of the pull. She does all the book work. She got us to be a 501c corp, and she takes care of all the. She just does the stuff that has to be done.
That James doesn't want to do.
Yeah, that James doesn't want to do. Yeah.
Bookwork, really?
Yeah. Bookwork, the marketing. It's nice now because, and from doing events too, after so many years, it sort of does itself for the most part. I mean, you know what you have to do every year, and we have such a nice community base that helps, and different groups that everyone knows their role. And, even for marketing, the radio, the TV, they call in and they're like, hey, you want to advertise again? Awesome. It makes things really great. And Christy is wonderful to work with. So we love doing it. And obviously it's been great for the community.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate that we've got, when we first started this, nobody wanted to be involved because nobody wanted to take a chance other than us. And now we've got people that want to be part of the concessions. They want to do this and do that. And we're pretty brand loyal. The people that started out with us, we let them do it. The firemen get all the proceeds from the beer. They let us use the park. There's church groups that benefit from the food sales. The Snowmobile Club has been with us from the get-go, and that's how they subsidize their snowmobile. Instead of having a fundraiser, they do it through that. The FFA, like the Hillsboro FFA, year before last, on the 50-50 drawings, made $12,000.
That's a lot of money. Easy money.
Easy money. So it's really good deal. I was glad to hear you say that we was able to help out Larry's sister, but you don't have to just be from Hillsboro.
Right.
You can be any place. All you got to do is get a hold of us. We've got a 7-person board, and they pass the money out. Sally, James, myself, we have no idea how much or who gets the money.
Yep.
I mean, obviously, we
know.
As a 501c we can, but it's not up to us. It's a community.
Yes, yeah. So
right.
But it's a really good deal. We had a young family that both of them got cancer last year, and I come up with the idea to sell those pallets of beer.
Yep.
We what the hell did we make on that, Sally? We raised about $36,000 on two pallets of beer. You know, that's phenomenal. That the tractor pulling community, the people that come watch, the customers that come watch, also donated to these people that they had no idea who in the world they were. You know, but that's all tractor pulling's about, is taking care of one another.
It is, and it's amazing. Like when we're at an event in the drivers meeting, we pass the hat for something. How much money is put in that?
Yeah,
right? You've been there for that, and it's crazy. I think that's one of the, you know, my prouder things for being in Badger State too, is what we do for everybody.
Oh yeah.
We were listening tonight, you know, and the sound really sucks on this. So you guys go out and buy yourself a microphone that you can be wearing with, Greg, and send me the bill and I'll buy it. Okay. The kid up there in the left-hand corner knows what you need. You just get out, you go and buy it and I'll pay for it. How's that sound?
Appreciate that. I did buy a camera though, an expensive.
Yeah, you got the camera, but I'll buy the mic. How's that sound? Okay.
Yep. I shouldn't say I bought it. Ed Casper and Matt Castor sent money to help buy a camera.
They're good guys. I've known them a long time, and they're, you know, and that's what makes Badger State really good. Everybody always steps up to the plate and rows the boat a little bit. You know that.
Right, and they really like this. A lot of guys like the show what we're doing and what everybody does. You know,
Sure.
to where you build your equipment and what you do for a living. You know, it's pretty. People don't see that.
You kind of screwed this up though, Elsing. You know, that you used to have, this is kind of like getting into Fort Knox to get into the pulling shop. Yep. You blew that now, you know that?
No. I don't know if you've seen the question on there though. There was a question for somebody where the pull go back to 4 sessions someday.
Yep.
Oh, 4 sessions is awful tough to do.
Yep.
From a promoter standpoint, to get people to come on a Friday afternoon and make it profitable. You got to remember, when you're putting a pull on, the end result is to try to put some money in a bank so you can give it away or do improvements and all that. And we tried it. I'm not saying no, but I'm not going to say yes either. You know that?
It's hard to get volunteers.
Yeah, that's another
sessions.
thing. You got to remember, everybody that helps us or at any pull is taking either vacation time or time off to help do that. And you can't go to the well too many times, or the following year you're not going to have a lot of people there back helping you.
That's right. You can't burn them out. You know, it's hard enough to find help for that stuff, anyways. But I want to burn everybody out.
So we try to put the best show up that PPL can come up with. What we're probably going to do is take different classes. Like this year we got the light tractors coming in, but next year I know we're going to put the 4-1s back in. So then we're going to take some of the PPL tractors and put them switch the classes around, you know. But I always want to be able to have some classes there that Badger State offers, so the people can come and watch.
Yep.
Watch here at Hillsboro. Plus, our fellow contestants can be part of a big event too.
Right. Well, people want to see the local guys compete against some national guys.
Right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
All we check. Yep.
So it's a good win-win for everybody. You know that.
It is, and getting the word out and helping grow pulling here. I hope this show helps get people to your event and shows a little bit about what you've done, Don, and it's a good thing.
I hope that we get some good weather. The good Lord is kind of tests us a lot here. Maybe it's because I swear too much. I don't know, but we always get rain and all that. But we James and Zach and all the guys are really good at doing the best that we can do to put the show on. You know, we've had shows when everybody else would have said to heck with it.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Well, you've learned how to deal with the mud, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. Right. And I was so proud of the group, the guys and the girls last year. I got I got hurt, you know, and I wasn't able to be around much, and they kind of showed me that
He got run over.
I got run over, yeah, but that they don't really need me around there. So, you know, I felt kind of bad about that, but yet I felt really good about that they can pick up and make it all happen without you, you know that.
Well, that's what, like Sally just said, you know, you've got the people that have done everything all along. All you do is monitor, make sure it's still going right, and make sure they have what they need to do it.
I look at it that in my business or in anything we do in life, I'm just the guy directing the band, and the band makes the good music. You know that?
Right. We try to direct them in the right direction sometimes, right?
That's exactly right. You know what it is. You do it on the Badger State end of it. You know that?
Yep. Well, that's about all the time we have, Don. I want to thank you very much for coming on here at the last minute and making this work. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate all you guys do for pulling, and for you people out there, remember 12th and 13th of August. Hope to see you in Hillsboro.
We'll be there.
All right.
Blue Tractor will be there.
Okay. Yeah. Good deal.
All right.
Have a good night, boys. See ya.